What is going on, my super sandwiches? Romstar here, and today we're going to be ranting about Pokken. Now, we're not ranting about the game itself. I haven't played it yet, so I can't give you my full thoughts and reviews on that yet. But what I decided to talk about is other, let's say companies. I don't want to say people, but it's other companies and groups or influencers who review certain games who don't really know much about it. So, this has happened many times in the past, and I'm not going to name who actually did this review. I'm sure you guys already know it at this point, especially if you follow me on Twitter, but there was a certain review that I read this past week about Pokken that basically said, the game is overwhelming. Overwhelming. And because of that, points were docked. Now, this company did not give Pokken a horrible score. It still is a pretty decent score, but it's the fact of how they chose to dock the points. Now, let's look at any game. Let's say Game X. This is not a real game. Game X is just a game I'm making in my head. Game X comes out. Game X has, lag, frame drops every now and then. The character roster is weak. Every character is pretty much the same. If you review a game and you say those points, that is a good point. That will probably make me decide not to get, Game X. But in a situation where you say something like Game Y is really, really fun. It's really, really awesome, but I don't like how, it's challenging. That's not a reason to dock points. I don't understand. Like, what is it with these companies out here who, I know how this works. A lot of companies, what they do is they hire freelancers because there's so many games out there coming out all at once. It's kind of hard to keep up with everything. So I understand every now and then you have to hire freelancers who just basically might half-ass it. They're not really part of your staff, they're just extra people. In this situation, that's kind of what happened here. This said company hired a freelancer to review Pokken, and like I said, he gave it a good score. It's just the fact that he basically docked points because he sucked at it. And I'm so tired because what's going to happen is there's going to be that one kid, that one girl, that one guy, that one grandpa, I don't care, the one person who's going to read that review and think, you know what, I'm not going to get the game because it's going to be too hard and complicated. And I've seen this happen so many times in past games. Like, if you actually review a game and you dock points for real reasons, like I said, it makes sense. But in the past, actually, I've seen, quote-unquote, too much water as a thing that dock points. I'm not joking you. There's a company that literally reviewed a Pokemon game and said it was too much water. Like, how is that a review? How is that a review point? I just hit my hand, ranting. So I'm so tired of companies that do this. So if you ever see a company out there that has a review and it just sounds so ridiculous, don't read the reviews anymore. That's all I gotta say. No problem against this company. They had reviews in the past that were like okay. And like I said, when you look into a review, it helps you decide whether or not you should get a game. But if the points are just absolutely ridiculous, don't let that be the deciding factor for you not to get the game ever. In fact, the only review that ever truly matters is your own review. If you play a game and you like it and nobody else likes it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if your neighbor, your friend in high school, your freaking coworker, whatever, they don't like the game, but you like it, that doesn't matter. The only person that should have fun in the situation and have the right to review the game is you. So whether or not, if you read the article of any review in general, and the review sucks, it basically says the game sucks, if you get the game played and you like it, then get the game. Don't be that person that's just influenced by crap just because people feel the need that they should knock certain things out there and just basically take away the fun that you could potentially have with things like different games. So in this situation, no, I haven't played Pokken yet. I have seen enough of it to know that I want it. And even if the reviews came out tomorrow saying that the game sucks, I would still get it because why? The game looks fun. And until I play it myself and realize whether or not I should get the game, that's going to be the only, well, at that point I should already have the game, but that's not the point. The point is, until I play the game myself, that's the only review that matters. It's my own review, and that's how it should be for you guys as well. So those out there who have possibly read terrible reviews about Pokken this past week, all I can say is take some time out to play it and then decide whether or not you want to get it. Because from the people that actually matter, like the real influencers of the world, everybody that I've seen that knows fighting games and knows Pokemon that played it said the game is awesome. And in fact, it's better than awesome. And there's a lot of depth in it. It's not like Tekken, because Tekken is a really complex game when it comes out to it. But from what it sounds like, Pokken was basically they took Tekken, made it a bit simpler, but it made it more fun, and it's still pretty in-depth. So you can basically get really, really good at it. It's a really good learning curve. So for what it sounds like, Pokken is going to be an incredible game, so I'm super hyped about it. So anybody out there that's saying the game sucks, it's too hard, just fuck off. That's pretty much it. Excuse my language, but that's all I can say. Ironically, before I end this quick rant video, ironically, the same people who would rant, that would dock points for saying the game's too hard would also dock points for saying the game's too easy. I've seen the same people literally review a game and say, oh, the game is too easy, -5 points, 5 out of 10. This is insane. So if the game is too easy, it gets docked points, but if the game's too hard, it gets docked points. I don't understand. On top of that, a game like Pokemon is already kind of simplified, so anybody can pick it up and play. So if the game is already simple, all that tells me is the person who reviewed the game, number one, either play it for like 20 minutes long, and then that's it, or two, they just suck really, really badly, and because of that, they allowed their own emotions to get in the way to dock the game and give it a much lower score than the game should deserve. Now again, as far as what the game deserves, I don't know yet until I play it myself. I'm not going to, rate the game, but I will tell you this. I can, just from looking at the game, I can tell you I'm not going to dock it for being complex. I mean, even Naruto Storm 4, actually is a good example. I am terrible at Storm 4, awful at it. But because I suck at it, I would not dock points for that game. Like, Naruto Storm 4 is a lot of fun to me, and I'm going to keep playing it until I get better. Like, you should always seek to be a better player at games. But literally just get mad. You just sound really, really salty when it comes down to that. So that's just something I want to bring up. So I don't know. It's just a random rant video I want to toss up because it's just been bugging me the past day or so. And I want to see your own thoughts about that. So let me know if you guys know what I'm talking about. Let me know your own thoughts on the situation below on, docking Pokken score because it's quote unquote overwhelming. And I guess that's all I really want to say. Now again, I do have Pokken, or I have it pre-ordered. I should get it on Friday, and once I get it, I'll do a bunch of fights with YouTubers, subscribers as well. I'll try to like learn the game and see if I can do like tips and tricks about it, which I don't really know yet because I have to learn from from step one. But based on how the first day with the game goes, from my experience, I'll figure out what kind of content I'm doing. But I'm definitely going to do YouTuber fights against other YouTubers and fights against subscribers, just like I've been doing Storm 4 and Xenoverse. So expect that. So if you have a Wii U, comment below. Comment below if you have a Wii U so I can also see how many of you guys actually have it and prepare to fight against my Gengar, because I already decided I'm going to play as Gengar and get good with him. Get ready to fight my Gengar this Friday in Pokken. So yeah. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say. Just an extra fourth video of the day about the burp. But I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the day. My name is Ramstar, and I will see you guys in the comment section below. Peace.